Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with some more random rarities. I have with me here 5 more rare and out-of-print DVDs and Blu-rays from my collection. But before I get to those, in past videos I've shown an original Tales from the Crypt comic and an original The Vault of Horror comic. So for this video, I have an original The Haunt of Fear comic. As you can see, this is issue number 18 and has some classic artwork. This cover was done by Ghastly Graham Ingalls, who is my favorite of all the EC artists. His work appears in Tales from the Crypt, The Vault of Horror, and other EC comics as well. But he was the main artist for The Haunt of Fear, so most of his work appears in Haunt of Fear stories. Again, just love this artwork. Classic, definitely one of the more popular Haunt of Fear covers. As you can see, this issue also includes an adaptation of a story by Ray Bradbury, as many of the EC comics did. The story included in this one is The Black Ferris. It's a great story with awesome artwork. I've gotten a few requests to post a video specifically showing my EC Comics collection, so I will definitely be doing that in the future. But right now, it's time to show some more rare and out-of-print DVDs and Blu-rays. First up is a movie that appeared in my first Random Rarities video. I showed the Blu-ray, which is very rare and expensive, highly sought after, and I have here another edition of the film that is also very rare, hard to get a hold of now for a good price. And it is Dawn of the Dead. As you can see, this is the Ultimate Edition. This contains 3 versions of the film. You have the theatrical version, which is pretty much Romero's director's cut, the European version, which is the Argento cut, and of course the extended version, which has the extra footage. There's also a 4th disc that has documentaries and special features and that sort of thing. This was released by Anchor Bay. It's a great set. Comes in a digipack here, slides right out. Very happy to have this one. It's an awesome movie, as we all know. I actually just watched this one again this weekend. Hadn't watched it in quite some time, and I enjoyed it just as much as I ever have. So, Dawn of the Dead, the Ultimate Edition. This thing is very rare, very expensive now. Next up is a movie that absolutely nobody ever talks about, Doppelganger. It's a 1993 film starring Drew Barrymore, and if you're interested in seeing a lot of Drew, then this is the movie to see, because she is on full display here. To be honest, it's probably the best thing about this movie. The DVD was put out by Artisan, and it is out of print now, hence why it appears in this video. I remember seeing the DVD a lot before it went out of print in my local FYE and didn't really know too much about it. I somehow came across the synopsis online at one point and decided I was interested in seeing it, and of course went back and the DVD was gone, it was out of print, and it actually took me a while to track this one down for a good price, but pretty cool, I guess. Again, nothing too memorable, but I like having it in the collection. Doppelganger. Next is Subspecies, the Blu-ray Collection Volume 1. This was put out by Full Moon Features, as you can see there, and it includes Subspecies, Bloodstone Subspecies 2, and Bloodlust Subspecies 3. I have to say, I love these films. They are probably my favorite vampire films, next to The Lost Boys. This was the only way that the Blu-rays were released together in a set like this. You can get them separately now, so, the Blu-rays themselves aren't all that rare, but, this set is, as a whole. I'm not so sure where Volume 2 comes in, since this is all we've gotten so far. I know, obviously Vampire Journals is not in here, and neither is Bloodstorm Subspecies 4. So I'm not sure if they were planning on releasing those 2 together as part of Volume 2. Don't know. Right now, the cheapest for this set used on Amazon is $40 and change, and from there it goes up to about $100 or more dollars, I think, for this set now. So kind of interesting, again, since you can get the Blu-rays individually, but either way, glad to have this set. I love the series. Now, I know most of you are probably already aware that this is out of print and very rare, but I wanted to include it in this video anyway. It's the special edition of My Bloody Valentine. This is the original film, not the remake. It's a great slasher film, and this includes the uncut version. It's a highly sought after disc, especially the Blu-ray. I do own the DVD version as well, but the Blu-ray is definitely the more expensive of the 2. Very cool release. Glad to have this one. And again, it's just a really rare title. You don't come across this one too much for a cheap price. These go for, upwards of $80 or more on Amazon and eBay used. So glad to have this one. And the last one I'll be showing in this video is actually a DVD set that appeared in one of my old Rare DVDs videos from years ago. To be honest, it's still as rare as ever. It is the 2-disc set of Dead of Night and the Queen of Spades. This was an Anchor Bay release, and at one time was a very highly sought after DVD set. I bought this one years ago, mainly for Dead of Night, because I love horror anthology films. Also love that image there, very creepy image from the movie, of course, and just had to have it. Didn't think much of it at the time, but I've never seen another copy of this in my life. Literally never. Comes up on eBay and Amazon, of course, for pretty high prices, and although the price has dropped over time, this you used to not be able to find this even for under $100. It's lower than that now with, the popularity of Blu-ray, but still quite the rare DVD set. So glad to have this one, Dead of Night, the Queen of Spades from Anchor Bay. So that's it for now, guys. I'll be back soon with some more random rarities for you. I also have some stuff coming in the mail, as I mentioned in my last video. I have something that should be arriving tomorrow, so I may do an update. But until then, please leave me some comments below. Let me know what you think about these films, or the comic. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.